Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another cryptocurrency livestream. Today has been a very interesting day for the crypto prices. I think I have a very good idea of what's going on. Want to give you guys a good update and some good insights into the most important crypto news, but also just a little bit of information about these prices, because man oh man, is it interesting. You guys already know, I like to update you all every single day with all the most important cryptocurrency news. So once more guys, if you're interested in that stuff, make sure you keep pressing that like button and of course subscribe to the channel. And also quickly let me know in the chat box if all is good and if you guys can still watch this properly or if there are some issues with the stream, because I always hope it's doing good. I always think it's doing good, but sometimes my microphone is not on or something along those lines. So quickly put in the chat box if you guys can hear me. I'm seeing you guys say first, second, and third. How you guys all doing over there? All good? Let's quickly see. Okay, Mike says everything is working on his end. So, oh boy, Bitcoin towards 47,000, down 5%. Ethereum, 3,820 bucks, down 5%. BNB to $530, down 6%. Solana down 8%. Now there's a lot more to be said about Solana, by the way. There's a full story coming on that crypto a little bit later because oh boy, is there some FUD. I briefly covered it a couple of days ago, but still, I think that's one of the main reasons why the price is going down a little bit more than coins like Bitcoin. ADA is down about 6.7 or something like that percent. XRP, funny enough, going down least out of the top 10 here, doing actually pretty good in comparison to the rest, which is juicy. Polkadot down 7% and Luna also down 7%. So to conclude it, basically the entire top 10 is about 10% down. What am I saying? 7, I would say 6 to 7% down. 6 to 7 sounds maybe a little bit like 10, or I'm just, I don't know, I goofed up a little bit there. But let me know in the chat box, guys. Who is buying this dip? Because a little bit earlier, I told you guys my prices for when I wanted to buy some more crypto. And let's get to 100 likes right now. Because there's over 200 people watching. If you guys want to see exactly what different prices I'm going to be buying at and all the different crypto news, make sure you keep supporting that channel by pressing that like button. And also, I told you all, I am thinking of giving away thousands upon thousands of dollars this week. I already have... let's see here on my phone. Let's quickly see. We already have stored up $7,200 to actually fund in different giveaways throughout this month for basically the end of the year. And so just make sure you keep pressing the like button. As I said before, every time we hit like 1,500 likes, we're going to be doing some major giveaways right now. Unfortunately, we didn't hit it yesterday, but maybe today we will. And then I'll pick 10 different winners. We're going to be winning a couple $100. I think $100 per person for 10 people is going to be freaking crazy. But all right. Let's take a little bit of a deeper look at what is going on. As we have 60 likes, I think you guys have already done your job. So first, I'm logged out. I wanted to say, first of all, my trades are not doing that amazing, but we're getting closer and closer to my buy-in area for XRP. And it's unfortunate that I've been logged out, but let me explain. So right now, I think we're basically finding a little bit of a double bottom here for XRP. You can see we're touching the same point which we hit a couple of days ago. Yet, if you're wondering where I would actually try to buy back in, it is this 77 or below area. If we actually dip towards this, I'm going to be buying. If we don't, I am not going to be buying. This could be a good little spot to try, basically open up a long position with our stop loss, like let's say right around here. But I personally would like to just wait for it to come right back into where we previously opened our long positions within this area and then go from there again. Because there's a couple of narratives which I'm seeing that are being pushed. And so that is why we're being a little bit more conservative with opening our positions. We're basically waiting something out, which I'll show you guys in just a second. We're quickly just covering my trades for just a little second. These are all over on Bybit, of which a link is down below. And then we're going to head over into all the most important news. But right now, we are at such important price targets that I quickly want to express this. So for XRP, as I earlier described, we are right now finding some support at the exact same level where we found it a couple of days ago. You can see it barely touched below it, but Basically, we're on the same line here, right here at about 80 cents to about 79.9. Like right around there, we are finding some support right now as we speak. So it's going to be interesting to see how this is going to flow as we are finding our major support at the 77-cent area as I already briefly described. And that's again a point which we like to buy in at and have our stop loss a little bit below. In terms of RSI, we already explained it before, but the RSI is ridiculously low. Yet again, if we look at it right now, it's not actually below 30, which is what we used basically to buy in earlier, which worked like a charm. Right now, we're still a little bit above 30, and so we're actually hoping it's going to reach a little bit downwards, the price, to actually get some major long positions in and do some major buying on the XRP only. But more importantly, of course, is Bitcoin, which is doing the exact same thing as XRP. RSI is coming back down, not too low though, where we actually have to urgently buy in, but it's right now bouncing back of the Fibonacci level, the 0.236, if I'm not mistaken here. Yeah, 0.236. You can see the red line here is one of the Fibonacci levels, and you can see right now we found ourselves our second little bounce, which, to my own opinion, is actually a very good buying point because there's not really that much sell pressure. From a certain perspective, I understand that the candle is not closed. We still have about 7 more minutes, but from a logical perspective, there's a pretty big sell candle here with even less volume than we saw a couple of days ago. I would say that this is a little bit of a fakey wakey, but you'll see that as we go further throughout this video, as there's so much crypto news, guys. There's so much crypto news. Today is a really interesting day in terms of news. Just wanted to quickly go over my trades. I would say that for Bitcoin right now is still a very good point to buy in. As I said earlier, if we hit this point, I think we're going to be opening up a long position because we basically have the double bottom here. You can say a little bit of a W coming up. We're basically have the double bottom. It doesn't really let down too often. And the same thing goes for Ethereum. We're finding some very important support at the Fibonacci level. We've talked about this a couple of times before. We broke down lower though, basically showing a little bit of a downward trend or pennant you might actually find. But I would say, again, important 0.5 Fibonacci level hit. Good place to get some new long positions going for the medium term, long term, and have a good stop loss a little bit below it. Just quickly putting it out because we're at such critical levels. All right, so let's cover the news, shall we? Long story short, stock market, boom, going down today. A couple of things happened. I've been reading throughout the interwebs. Noticed a couple of similarities. Noticed a couple of oddities or whatever you say there, like strange things. Noticed a couple of things that make a lot of sense. Guys, let's get this video to 120 likes right now. I noticed we're at 100, or we're at 90 right now. I think we're at 90. Let's get it to 120 likes like right freaking now. My fingers that hurt. You see what it makes me do? This is, woo! I'm hyped up. I'm hyped up because we are buying the freaking dip and we're going to make some juicy gains in the crypto space, in the medium, and even short term. If you guys are excited for that, also smash that. Like, man, I think today is going to be a crazy day. And a lot of you guys are going to be in some crazy profit as we go back out of this dip because I know what's causing this. Stock market is going down. What's going on? What have I been reading up on? So, first of all, here's one thing I noticed. Gold edges higher on U.S. inflation, focus on Fed meeting. There are so many different events going on throughout December. I told you guys all about it. December is one month where indecisiveness is a key factor because there's so many different decisions regarding inflation, but there's like 1,000 other numbers that some of these macroeconomical geniuses, or let's just call them market manipulators, are waiting for. And they're basically going to buy and sell according to any announcement that is made in regards to that. So whenever we hear anything positive about inflation, you might logically think, okay, positive for inflation means most likely negative for stocks, which means positive for Bitcoin because it's positive inflation, so people trust the US dollar less, so they go for Bitcoin. But then again, negative for Bitcoin because stocks go down. It's hard because inflation, in some cases like this, might also be seen as a positive thing for companies. It can be seen in a lot of different ways depending on the other factors going on. But the fact that we have higher and higher inflation, same thing like we saw basically a couple of weeks ago when Bitcoin hit its all-time high, yet the price is coming down due to some other factors, shows me there's quite a lot of similarities. And the reason I put China in the title of this video, guys, has exactly to do with what we are seeing right now. Do you guys remember? And this is something so freaking important that I think most people in the crypto space are missing. You're hearing this first here. If you remember, when Bitcoin, listen carefully, the day that Bitcoin hit $69,000, you know what happened, guys? Two things. One, that specific day, we got a crazy announcement of inflation numbers. So the price skyrocketed and Bitcoin hit $69,000. What happened the exact same day, though? China. Yes, guys, freaking China happened that exact same day, and it took the Bitcoin prices right back schmackety smack down. What are we seeing right now? Huge inflation numbers. I'm seeing this being talked about everywhere. If you type in stock market, type in Fed, anything, you'll see only extremely high inflation numbers, which should logically be extremely bullish for Bitcoin. Yet, if we look at the freaking prices right now along the board, I ain't seeing no freaking bullish Bitcoin. I just reminded myself, wait a minute. We got some very negative statements regarding Evergrande recently, didn't we? Yeah, I mean, yesterday I remember looking at it, but let's look at it today. Private equity cuts back on China property as Evergrande hits stocks. 8 hours ago. 16 hours ago. Shimao tumbles. Home pre-sales under threat. Evergrande. Evergrande can't pay its debts. China is scrambling to contain the fallout. 14 hours ago. I told you all every single time, and this is a pattern which I've noticed now, every single time that a major news wave hits for Evergrande, which yesterday, there were so many freaking people over on Twitter and everywhere talking about Evergrande. It was crazy. Yesterday was a really, really big day for Evergrande in terms of news. Every single time, the day afterwards, the crypto market just plummets pretty significantly. It's a freaking pattern I've noticed. It's every single time, and funny enough, every single time that this happens as well, we are at a, logically speaking, very bullish day. Look at this again. 2 days ago, right? It's like within, let's say, about 48 hours or so. Like, I'm talking yesterday because it kind of feels of yesterday, but it's like the last 2 days or so. There's been huge negative announcements for Evergrande. It's been crazy. And we've noticed every single time, a couple of days, I'm thinking about 1 day later, it takes the crypto market right back down. And yet again, I told you all during the previous live stream I did talking about China, that if this happens one more time, that within 48 hours after really negative news about Evergrande, the crypto prices go down. I'm calling it out for what it is. And exactly that we are witnessing right freaking now. No coincidence if you ask me. This is not a freaking coincidence. Then again, of course, I've been reading more. I've been checking it out everywhere. Some people are calling out that it's freaking crypto regulation. No. That ain't what's freaking bust this microphone up a little bit. Let me see, guys. Let me see if I can break this little microphone up a little bit. Where's the connection? Why is it? How can it keep cutting out? What cord is loose? No, nothing. We're good. Okay, not too sure about that. Mic's cutting out. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly why. I can hear it in my headset whenever it cuts out. But I gave it a couple of schmacks and still it's not, I don't know, like every cord looks to be fine. Not exactly sure why it cuts out. Don't fight your mic. Shouldn't be acting up then if it doesn't want to fight. Yeah, but to me at least, it makes a lot of sense, guys, that this has nothing to do with crypto regulation right now. I've been checking it out, all these different articles, guys. I've been reading like a freaking madman. Some people called out China. Some people called out India, where the prime minister made this fake announcement, of course, because his account got hacked yesterday. Some people are calling out for the cryptocurrency bill that I've actually been hearing quite a lot about over the last couple of hours. Some people are calling out for the concerns of different hacks, because this again just happened as well. Ascent EX crypto exchange hacked, lost 77 million. But to be honest with you guys, I don't think any of that stuff is it. Whose speech to the nation last night. Keep thinking about it, guys. Keep thinking about it. It makes absolutely all the sense in the world. Almost every single time that the stock market moves down 1%, Bitcoin/crypto move about 5% or so. If any of you guys pull up some correlation charts right here, you'll notice it might not be 1-to-1. Because in the normal days, it really doesn't move in a linear or I guess correlating pattern. It really doesn't. And I think the overall correlation is also not an easy one to follow. But it's at these specific dates when the when the stock market crashes or corrects a little bit, that Bitcoin finds itself a little bit in all of this. Let's see. Loose plug on one end, phone case, etc. Not sure what you're talking about there. Hey guys, let me know quickly in the chat box. Where are you all watching from right now? Let's quickly know it in the chat box. Let's see. We have about 300 people. Let me show you guys the numbers here real quick. We have about 300 people watching right now. We have about 100 and something likes. I'm not exactly sure how much that's supposed to be. We have 0 euros or dollars generated as of this point. You can see all the people in the chat box. Always amazing to see this, how freaking wide we are, or how can you say it, like diverse. Always a crazy audience. Shout out to Tommy, Revved Up, Anthony, Shivalaski, Soho, Joshua, Patrick, David. Okay, we need to go back up. You guys are crazy with that. Joshua, Patrick, Darren, Omar, Saturnalia, Rocky Bull, Jack A, Chloe Z, Steven, Mike, Wissam, Tommy, Shark, Manny, Ayodeji, Bob, Lauren, She. Big shout out to all you guys. This is difficult to pronounce. Welcome, guys. Welcome to the chat box. David, Abby. There we go. You guys are amazing. Always thank you for stopping by and saying hi. You know I appreciate every single one of you. You know I appreciate every single one of you who stops by. And sometimes, guys, I put up a like goal. Today, our like goal for the live stream is 500 likes. I think we can do it, though. I think so. And if this live stream, by the way, hits like 1,500 likes within 24 hours, you already know I'm giving away $1,000, huh? I already told you guys before, right? Yeah. But it's different. With a live stream, it's harder because you're not going to see it hit that point, I think. Because at the end of the day, people can only press the like button as much as they're watching. So, yeah, I can't make that hurry up even more than it already is doing. You guys are amazing, though. All right. So what do you guys think about the China situation at that point as well? I sometimes think they don't want you to know these things, but then again, I keep looking at it, and I'm like, these patterns are so freaking logical to me that when this moves down, and when like the Evergrande stock, by the way, if we actually refer to it again, it's not as if it's like a first thing that it's moving down. No, man, it's been going down for like forever. I even think that if you're just gonna short Evergrande, it's like one of the easiest bets in the world. Look at the dividends, freaking 11% on that one. Who is buying it, though? It's gone 90% down over the last 6 months, as there's nothing more to it. I'm not even sure if you can actually short this company, as literally nobody is bullish on this thing. Like, who in their right mind would say, yeah, this is going to be doing amazing? And once more, guys, if you're wondering how this correlates back to crypto, it is because there was some speculation, and there still is, that Tether is not properly backed. They have a lot of commercial papers of Evergrande, which basically means their money is commercial papers from Evergrande, meaning they basically lended out money to Evergrande, so to speak. And that is what Tether, the USDT, is backed upon. That's some of the speculation. So last time when we saw some very negative announcements, the Tether price came back down, though. And so right now, I'm not 100% sure if the Evergrande is like a 1-to-1 correlation, but today you can see we have the FTSE/aerospace area, I guess, that's just moving downwards. So we have a general stock market plunge. We have all these negative and scary announcements. Look at this. Friday's late bounce for equity markets has been wiped out, but then it looks like stocks are still digesting their huge gains from the beginning of this month. A Fed meeting provides a natural reason to cut back on risk, and there is still plenty of time for the festive rally to get going in the second half of the week on into Christmas, said Chris Beauchamp at IG Group, referring to the U.S. Central Bank's meeting this week to determine interest rate policy. Susanna Streeter, senior investment and markets analyst at Hargreaves Lansdowne, advised investors in the airline industry to buckle up amid another bout of turbulence. Think about it, guys. It looks back at a couple of months ago when, of course, now let's say a year and a half ago already, when we had one of the biggest market crashes in a very long time. Obviously, because of a certain little, a little C-19, you know what I'm talking about. Right now, I mean, the aerospace industry obviously has gotten a little bit of a hit again because of variant. Now, worries about the plunge in confidence amongst the traveling public and concerns about future travel restrictions being imposed due to the spread of the variant have led to fresh volatility for airline stocks and companies relying on the industry. It comes amid reports that British Airways owner IAG and Ryanair have asked the government assistance to help them through another bleak winter. Shares in both companies fell sharply on Monday, with losses accelerating towards the end of the working day after it's feared testing requirements will cause severe repercussions in terms of booking rates over the coming months, etc., etc., etc. We don't need to go too far into this, except for the fact that, theoretically speaking, Christmas can help a lot of this stuff recover, as people do tend to spend a lot around that time. Again, if people spend a lot, usually economy goes up a little bit and does better. And here they're talking about crypto briefly. Then again, they first mention the Dow Jones dived. It's the past tense of dive. Americans are down like crazy. Crypto, though thought by some to be supplanting gold's appeal as an investment for a risk averse, we're under the cosh with Bitcoin's down. Everything is down. It just makes logical sense to me as well that some of these bigger industries don't want to see Bitcoin being the perfect inverse correlation to stocks being the perfect inflation hedge. So these guys might also be kind of making it move along in the same fashion, even though logically it doesn't really make too much of a sense. Greens are coming back, though. It's going to be interesting to see, guys. I am buying this freaking dip. Let me know if you guys are too. And by the way, for everybody watching, if you do not have a Bybit account yet, make sure you check the link that is pinned in the little box right there, because right now is the biggest deposit bonus ever for Bybit. It is $3,000 plus, and in the end, it can be $4,100 that you can get for free. Absolutely freaking free. And also, a couple of my giveaways you actually need a Bybit account for, so make sure that you check it out with the link down below. And if you're a trader, this might really be something for you. You know, I enjoy it a lot. So once more, check it out. I also noted that the Fear and Greed Index is actually up a little bit from last week, when in reality, it's crazy how I told you all. It's so indecisive right now. Why would the why would the Fear and Greed Index be up right now? Fear has only kept going up. There was no confidence this week. It's only that prices weren't going down like crazy. And that also shows you once more how this metric doesn't really make a lot of sense, as people's fear this last couple of weeks has been crazy high, as we're in an indecisive state. People don't know where we're going to head over the next couple of hours. All I know is I'm buying every single point that I told you guys throughout the journey here. The only thing I'm not 100% certain about is the XRP buy right here. I told you guys all during this one that it's an okay one, but here I'm a little bit afraid of it because it's like, even though it's a second dip, and we can definitely buy it with a little stop loss right here, it's not the perfect RSI, perfect setting that I would like. Then again, it is for the degen out there, the real riskier trader, that's still going to open up an XRP position here, because buying at 80 cents, guys, if you ask me, is still always a blessing. Buying Ethereum at these levels is always a blessing. And if you didn't get some Ethereum during this dip, I've been sharing it over on Twitter a couple of hours ago, then what are you doing? Right now, a freaking wipeout across the board. If you are not picking up crypto, what are you doing? Then again, not financial advice, because there's a lot of reasons why you might not be able to pick it up, but at least we are. Look at XRP, by the way. It's actually up against Bitcoin. That's funny. All those people hating like crazy on XRP, yet it's even doing better than Bitcoin, huh? I like that. I like that. Revved Up says it'll be down tomorrow. Oh, stream is going down a little bit. We lag it a little bit, the stream. Yeah. There's a lot of freaking altcoins, which I'm... Okay, I think the stream is dying out a little bit. I see just 100 people clicked it off. And my mouse is lagging a little bit. Not sure what's going on right there. Ooh. All right, my computer's decided to take a nosedive, guys. Okay. I'm not sure what's happening here. My mouse is not even moving anymore.